Oh, did I lose my camera? Oh, see, this is what happens when I try to split screen. Try to split the screen, y'all. All right, where are we at? Oh, jump. And yes, we are totally recording. Okay, here we go. Everybody can still see me? Megan, I see your face. Can you nod yes or no if you can see me? Good to go? Okay. I'm frozen on my end, so I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Hey, everybody. My name, in case you don't know, is Jordan Splinter. I am a presidential diamond. I've been in the business for 3 years, and this business has absolutely and completely changed our life. It's been amazing. It's allowed us to be able to be stay-at-home parents. It's allowed me to retire my husband, and we are a full-time family now, and our life looked nothing like that before this business came into my life and before I met Brittany. So just to give you guys a little background there, it has just changed everything for us, and I'm so excited to just be able to share with you guys tonight. And I gotta take these notes off. It's gonna distract me now. Oh, somebody's saying I'm frozen. Okay, is that better? We good? Okay, today years old that I used Zoom, right? I've never used Zoom before. Let me just pull my notes up on here then. Okay, well, I'm excited to share with you guys about customer retention. Oh, Brittany's telling me I was frozen. Am I still frozen? Okay, I'm better. And I'm excited to have on here with us a diamond leader, Megan Chaffin. She's going to be sharing some things with you guys as well. And I'm just excited for y'all to hear from her, not just have to hear me talk the whole time, but get to hear from somebody else in the business, and how it has helped them, how it's helped them grow their business, and what that's looked like for her as well, and all the different things. So if you guys don't know what customer retention is, what we mean by that is, you know, we sign customers, right? Like, we come into this business, we get paid to sign customers and sign distributors. So we are bringing these customers in, and then maybe you get to that 3rd month part and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm losing all of my customers. Like, what is happening? How do I keep these people? How's everybody creating this residual income? And by residual income, I mean getting an order in one time and getting paid on it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You guys, that is such the beauty of this business, and the beauty of like how our compensation plan works and all of the things. That's why it works. Is absolutely amazing, and how it can change your life, because we get paid over and over again when we are doing the things to keep it going and keep it happening. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we do that, what that looks like from start to finish, really. And one thing I want to start us talking about is what it looks like before you even get these customers. And this is something that I want Megan to share with you guys. When we were talking earlier today, I loved how she was just sharing with me that how she keeps her customers going is it really starts like before they even become customers, and creating that relationship with them. So I'm going to pass it over to Megan. If you want to go ahead and unmute yourself and just tell us a little bit about what that looks like before you even sign them as a customer, and then what happens afterward.
Okay, absolutely. So when I first got started, I did not know this. I did not do this. And so I learned this shift, and it totally has made such an impact with my customers. And so like Jordan was saying, like before they even become a loyal customer, like I just get to know them. Like, okay, like, so if it's weight loss, like they're interested in one of the products, but before I get them on the product, because before, like I was like, oh, a loyal customer. Okay, yeah, they want this one thing, the metabolism booster. Okay, let's do it. But now I'm like, well, I want to find out about you. Like, I truly want to help you. Like, what is your goals? You know, what's your lifestyle? Like, what's your water intake? Like, you know, all those questions that we really can know. Like, for example, like there was one lady I was talking to, and because I asked the questions, I found out like she was loving carbs. Well, I immediately knew like she doesn't just need the coffee, she needs carb control. And I wouldn't have known that if I didn't ask her like, well, what's your diet like? Like, do you eat out a lot, or do you cook, or are you a snack eater, soda drinker, just those basic things. And so I just get a conversation going with them. And even if they're not ready right then, like I just started that. And so then I just keep interacting with them, of course, following up with them, and then just getting to know them as a person and then able to help them. And what I've learned is when I get to know them, I build that trust with them. And so then they can come to me, or when I go in and check in on them and see how it's going, then they're honest. They're like, okay, well, I've kind of not taken them consistently, or I've cheated here, or, you know, they'll just be able to share. And so then I can like, I totally get that. Okay, let's try to tweak this, or let's, you know, do this. And it's just for them. Like, it's not something for, you know, that works for everyone, but like you get to know them, so then you can help them achieve their goals.
I love that so much. And it's so true. Creating that relationship ahead of time with them. You guys, just taking that a little bit further, think about the customers that you have, or the customers that are coming your way, that maybe your next distributors. They fall in love with the products. They fall in love with how you check in with them. They fall in love with that process, and they want to be able to do that for other people. They're like, oh, like they're learning along the way from you guys. So really how we are treating our customers and how we're checking in with them or not checking in with them, or, you know, not responding to their messages, like, or, you know, taking 5 days to respond back, or whatever it is, they're taking note of that thing. And if we're thinking in a business mindset, which we should be because we're running a business, thinking about, what if this person is my next distributor? And even further than that, what if this person is my next diamond, or my next double or triple or presidential or ambassador diamond? You never know. Throw a 1 in the chat, you guys, if you were a customer before you joined the business. I know so many people were. I know Brittany was a customer of hair, skin, and nails. I wanted to be a customer. I just couldn't afford it. I was so broke. So I never was. Yeah, look at all these ones coming in. So you just never know. And Megan, I love that so much, that you're taking the time to create those relationships with them, get to know them, and people appreciate that, you guys. Like whenever I am doing business with somebody, like where I'm on the customer end of it, I appreciate when people go that extra mile, whether it's, you know, a big corporation, an airline, or a small business owner. I appreciate those things. So keeping that in mind when you're talking with your customers before they become your customers, and then well into after you've already signed them as a customer, like don't just like drop it and run and go to the next one. Like check in on them, see how they're doing, create those relationships, just like Megan was saying. And then another thing that I want to share with you guys that I do in my business, I've been doing this, I would say probably since, early in my first year in the business. I didn't do it right away, and I saw the drop in my volume. So if you guys are at a place where maybe you're a leader, or maybe, you know, it's just you in your business, or you have a couple people under you, or whatever it is, and you start to notice like, oh my gosh, like, why are my numbers dropping? Why can't I hold this rank? You know, this, that, the other. Stop and take a look and see where your customers are at. More times than not, if you go and take a look, a lot of people have turned off their auto shipments, and you're like, what? You know, I didn't know, like I didn't even know that they turned it off. I thought they were still ordering, or whatever the case may be. So that's one indication that we need to just be a little bit more intentional with our customers. If you start seeing those numbers dropping, and maybe you recognize that you haven't checked in with that person in a while, or whatever it may be. So one thing I do is at their 2-month mark. Okay, so we're gonna back it up a little bit from the 3 months. This is what I do at 2 months, you guys. And like I said, I started doing this early on in my business, and it helped so much. I started seeing those numbers go back up. I started seeing customers retaining. They weren't turning off their auto shipments. I would say probably 9 out of 10 customers were keeping their orders running. And I know that this makes such a difference. At their 2-month mark, I was sending them a thank you card. And this can look different ways. It can look like just a card. I got like a box of cards off of Amazon for super cheap, because early in the business, I was still, you know, we weren't making money yet. You know, it was growing. It was slowly but surely growing. So I was trying to find, you know, how can I show my customers appreciation and still keep it budget friendly, you know, keep it cheap. So I got a box of cards for super cheap. And I would just send them a really short and sweet message, you guys. And it was basically saying like, hey, I hope you're loving your products. I just want you to know it means so much to me and my family that you support our business, or that you're supporting our family. It means the world to us. Thank you so much. And then I was putting At first I was just doing a card, and that's completely fine. And then when I was able to start getting some products, I was putting things on my auto ship that I could use to turn around and bless my customers. So things that were sampleable. And when I first started in the business, there weren't a lot of options for this. Now we have like a bajillion options. So many of our products are sampleable in like the individual packets, but I was putting that on my auto so that I could put a sample in the card for my customers. And I was basically just sending that to them and saying, thank you so much. Here's a free sample for you. I can't wait to hear what you think. And you guys, I can't even tell you how many people would message me and say, thank you so much that you sent me a card. Like, it means a lot to people. Even if we don't really think about it very much, or we don't think of like that impact, I mean, when was the last time you guys got a card in the mail with a sample in it and nice words? It's just something that people don't really do a lot these days. So going that extra mile makes such a difference, you guys. They feel connected with you. They feel appreciated. They don't feel like just a sale. So I would highly encourage that for you guys. If you don't have samples to send out yet, just send them a thank you note. Thank you for supporting my business. And when you're able to do that, that's a great option for cashing in your product rewards, using those to be able to send samples out, or putting something on your auto shipment that you can turn around and bless your customers with. Because you guys, I'm telling you, when you look at that as an investment instead of an expense, it changes your whole perspective of it. Because if we're in a mindset of thinking, oh, I can't afford to buy products to send out to people, one, that's a very limited and broke mindset. Two, when we switch that process around and we say, no, this is investment in my business because this person is going to keep ordering for months and months and months and months. Y'all, I have one customer in mind that I'm thinking about in particular, and she has been ordering with me since like the beginning of my business. Like, she has turned it off a couple of times and paused it, but she always comes back and she feels appreciated. And she's got perk points out the wazoo. Like, it's amazing. She loves it. But you just never know what going that extra step will do for your customers. One really cool thing that I saw recently in our top leaders page, somebody showed a punch card they made, and Josh and I are actually going to be doing this and trying it out and seeing how it goes with our customers. I wish I had one to show you guys, but it was basically, they sent them a thank you card, and then they got them made maybe on like Vistaprint or something, just somewhere that you can print off like business card type things. And it basically was a punch card for all 12 months of like the 12 consecutive months to get their gift cards. So if you guys are brand new and you don't know this, when your customers get to their 6th consecutive month, they get a $50 gift card loaded onto their customer account to cash in for free product. And that's in addition to the perk points that are adding up on their auto ship. They get 10% back on everything they're already ordering, right? And then when they get to their 12th consecutive month, they get $150 loaded onto their customer account. And people don't know that unless we tell them. Like, our customers don't know that. They're not getting anything in their email that's letting them know, hey, you have a lot of money coming next month. Don't turn your orders off. So I saw a really cute idea of a punch card that had the months like listed out, like 1 through 6 on the top, and then 7 through 12 on the bottom. And the customers could like check it off each month that it was a consecutive order and see that they're getting super close to their gift cards. So I wanted to share that idea with you guys because I thought it was super cute. It lets people know really early on, especially if you send them at 2 months, send them that thank you card at 2 months. It lets them know early on what they have coming. And y'all, like, people like a good deal. If I know that I've got $50 coming, I'm gonna get something. Okay, I'm gonna get something so that I get that $50 or $150. And if you guys are brand new and you don't know this, it continues. So the next 6 months they get another 50, and then the next 12 months they get another 150. Like, it's the gift that keeps on giving, you guys. So I wanted to give you that idea for something to send your customers and your thank you cards. And then the biggest one is the 3-month mark message. And if you guys don't know what that is, you can find it in the FireTrack files. I can also share it in the chat, or if anybody else has it, easily accessible. If you want to go ahead and throw that in the chat, that would be awesome. And this is basically you guys letting your customers know what they have coming, like what they have their hands on. And it basically just says, hey, so-and-so, your third order just ran. Although you're not obligated to order from this point forward, I wanted to let you know that at your 6th consecutive month, which for you would be, and then you just count out 3 months and put that in there. So let's see, we're in July right now, July, August, September, October. So for you, it would be October. Thank you, Chelsea, for putting that in there. You guys can read it there too, but basically you're putting what the 6th month would be. You're actually going to get a $50 gift card loaded onto your customer account. And that's in addition to the X amount that you already have on your account. And you guys, you can find that in Tree Viewer. You can go in Tree Viewer, click on your customer, and where it has the different parts where you can see like their info, account, different information like that, you'll see their perk points. And those are translated into dollars. So if somebody has 20 perk points, that means that they have $20 in free money to use. So you're gonna let them know this is in addition to the $20 you already have on your account. So you're really gonna have like $70 to $80 worth of free product waiting for you to cash in. So let me know what no, we're not gonna say let me know. I took that out of my wording a long time ago. Back up, erase. So I wanted to go ahead and let you know, you can tell me what you would like to do. Most of my customers decide to keep this going so they don't miss out on all this free money. And you guys, you can either send this typed out, you can voice message it to them. I've done it both ways, and I've had great success both ways of doing that. So whichever way you decide works best for you. And then it just lets them know. I've had so many people say, absolutely, I didn't even know that I got this. I'm going to keep my order on so that I can make sure that I get that $50 or, whatever it is, get the $100 when they're looking at how much is added up with their per points already there. And it just lets them know. So you guys, make sure you are sending out that message to your customers, because like I was saying earlier, they absolutely will not know if we aren't telling them, because they don't have anything coming to them letting them know that they have all this free money sitting there for them unless we tell them, you guys. So make sure you're sending that after their 3rd order runs. You can voice message it to them. You can type it out to them, either one. And then a tip I want to give you guys is, if I have a customer that I go and I look through, so I'm looking through all of my customers from their 3rd order ran this month, we'll give her an example. If I go through and I see that somebody has already turned off their orders, okay? They know that their 3rd order ran, they're thinking, I'm done, I'm gonna turn it off, right? I haven't even sent them the message yet. I don't just leave it at that. There's never a time that I leave it and say, oh, they already turned it off. Oh, that stinks. Okay, never. I'm not going to send them the message. I send it anyway, you guys. I act like so oblivious to the fact that they have turned off their order, and I message them just the same. Every once in a while, if it's depending on the circumstance, I will voice message them and basically say, hey, girl, I saw that. You put your orders on pause, and I'll just basically voice message them the 3-month message to let them know, like, hey, I know you already turned this off, but I wanted to let you know you actually have a $50 gift card that's coming your way at this month, and just kind of like voice it out to them. And I just say, I know if it were me, like, I would hate for all that free money to go down the drain. And when they hear you say that, they're like, oh yeah. And I let them know, hey, I can turn this back, I can get it turned back on for you, and we can get those perk points adding up again. You can get the same thing, or you can switch it to something totally different. What goals do you have right now? So I'm not really leaving it open-ended as far as like, do you want to turn it back on? I'm giving them so much FOMO and like, you're about to lose so much money. Like, it's all going to go down the drain. What do you want to change your order to? Do you want to keep it the same, or what do you want to change it to? And that has worked so well for me, you guys. Very, very rarely do I have anybody come back and say, no, I just want to turn it off. Very, very rarely. So don't be afraid to still message them if they turned it off. And then if you have somebody that comes back, you send them that message and they come back and they say, no, I just want to go ahead and turn it off. I also don't leave it there either. I go ahead and I send them a voice message and I just say, hey girl, I totally understand. Maybe they said that it's, a financial thing or whatever. Maybe they didn't say anything at all. They just say they want to turn it off. I send them a voice message so they can hear my voice. They hear my excitement. They hear the genuineness, so that it doesn't just sound like a typed out salesy thing, And I just basically say like, hey girl, I completely understand. I would hate to see all that free money go down the drain for you. I know that you're loving your products. I know that there's others you wanted to try or something like that, whatever. If you're following what Megan said, you already know their goals, you know what they want, what their end goal is. You can use that to your advantage of helping them not miss out on that free money. And I'll just basically leave it at that and say, I just would hate to see you let all that money go down the drain. And I literally say it like that, like the emotion in my voice and everything. I'm like, please don't let that money go down the drain. And I will have people come back and say, you know what? You're absolutely right. I need something a little bit cheaper. What can I change it to? Or I'll say, like, again, what other goals did you have? Let me help pair you with something that maybe fits better in your budget right now. So there's always a way to overcome that objection, you guys. And like I said, 9 times out of 10, my customers end up leaving their orders on because of that free money, because I'm checking in with them. Just like Megan said, we've already created that relationship there with them. They feel connected with you because you've sent them thank you cards. They feel appreciated by you, and they're way more apt to stay on as a customer when you take super good care of them, and it's creating customers for life, you guys. So Megan, did you have any last minute tips that you wanted to share, or maybe something a little bit different that you do from what I said?
Yeah, I do. One of the things I wanted to mention was with the whole thing of building that connection, that relationship, what I've noticed when I've started that is that they're following me, so they're watching. So like if I'm talking about a different product that they don't have, so many times they message me like, hey, tell me about the collagen that you're drinking, or tell me, something that they're not getting. And they're like, okay, I want to try that. Can you add that on? And so I've noticed that's been a huge thing that I've noticed with the connecting with them. Then they're wanting to know about other things that we didn't originally talk about. So wanted to share that. Another thing that I just started doing when I write my thank you notes is letting them know about a portion of their order is going to, I focus on the human trafficking, like to fight against human trafficking, because that's really something I'm passionate about. So, with the It Works Gives Back, like they're not, like what Jordan was saying, like with the perk points and everything like that, like they're not going to know if we don't tell them. And so I've decided like that's something I'm going to incorporate in my thank you cards so that they know that, and that their orders are not just making a difference for their goals, but they're making a difference for lives around the world. And so whichever one, that you're passionate about, you can talk about that organization that Gives Back does. But wanted to share that. And then the last thing, I forgot. I think it was, oh man, I just drew a blank. I think it was when with the customer retention, just with the voice messaging or whatever. Now I don't remember. I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Sorry.
okay.
I got on human trafficking and then my mind just went everywhere else.
No, that's totally good. That's such a good idea. I've never really thought to add something in my thank you cards about like what they're supporting, like what their orders are going to. That's a really, really good tip. I love that so much. Okay, let me check out the comments, the chat. I think I saw a couple of questions coming in. Make sure I answer these. Okay, Emily, so if they turn it off after 3 months and decide to turn it back on, they still get the 6-month gift card. Yes, so what I do in that situation, Emily, is I will submit a ticket to customer service for them, like through their account, and just let customer service know I want to turn that back on. And I specifically say so that I can continue getting my perk points, just so that if there is any confusion, customer service can go ahead and just nip that in the bud and get that rolling and fixed there. Is there a place? Yes, Ashley, there is a place you can see. Let me pull up. I was trying to pull up a customer really quickly while Megan was talking so that I could show you guys. Let me find a good one. Okay, so when you go in Tree Viewer, let me see if I can show you guys this without showing this person's private information. Just ignore anything private that you may see. Okay, so when you go into Tree Viewer and tap on your customer, you can go and click where it says, let's see, can you guys see this? Where it says info, account, and volumes. Did everybody see that? you tap on account, and you're going to see where it says perk points. And you will be able to see that they have a lot of perk points there. So for this person right now, they have 12. So when their 6 months goes through, you'll see that jump happen in their perk points. And then you can also see, if you tap on the next one beside it that says volumes, you'll be able to see there where it says consecutive periods of auto shipment. So right now for this girl, I can see that it's 3, but you'll be able to see whatever month they're on. So another thing that I do, actually I didn't even think about this until looking at that. If somebody messages me that they want to turn off their orders, like, hey, I want to put these on pause. Hey, I don't want to order this anymore, yada, yada. Before I message this person back, and a lot of times I'll just see like the preview pop up on my phone screen before, like I don't open it yet. I want to go check out their account and everything so that I'm not leaving them on red. I will go and see how many consecutive orders that they have right now. So that way, maybe somebody is sitting at 5 consecutive months, and I can message them and let them know, hey, you may not realize this, but next month is actually your 6th consecutive month, or next month is actually your 6th month when you get that $50 gift card loaded onto your account. I would hate to see you miss out on that. Did you want to change it to something different? Because a lot of people, they don't know. They're not like paying attention. They're just kind of in the moment thinking they don't, maybe it's a budget thing or whatever it may be. So I will check that, reach back out to them, let them know. And that has saved so many customers, you guys, and kept them ordering because they just didn't realize how close they were to their gift card that was coming their way. So that is my last minute tip to share with you guys, and make sure that I didn't miss any questions. If you guys have any last minute questions, throw them in real quick because I'm going to shut this down in like 30 seconds. Yes, it's every 6 and 12 months, Ashley. So once they get their 150 at their 12 months, the next 6 from there, they'll get another 50 and then another 150, and it just keeps going for as long as they want to keep getting free money. Okay, I don't see any other questions coming in. So I hope this was so helpful for you guys. Megan, thank you for getting on and sharing with us your tips. I took away so much from that with the putting in your cards, like what they're supporting when they do their orders. That's got my wheels turning for what I'm going to say in my cards next. So thank you guys. I hope y'all have an awesome night, and we will talk to y'all later. Bye.